This is a little ride I did down at Lotto, Missouri, which is Lake of the Ozark Off-Road Park. It's a few miles south of Versailles, Missouri. It's approximately 500 acres, and they allow side-by-side bikes. And went down there. A guy I work with, Mike, you've seen him in a lot of my videos. He took his nephew down there. He had several dirt bikes, so he took them down for them to ride. And another guy I used to work with came down there with his son. Well, the first ride we went out, I went out with the bikes. There is some other relation to Mike's that come down there, had side-by-sides, but they were still in camp. So I'm just following along behind the bikes. A couple of the boys are novice riders, and so this is a good try for them. Place to try out. Now we hadn't gone 2 minutes and I found a guy stuck out here in the mud in an ATV, and he's out there by himself trying to wrestle it around. So I hate to leave anybody in trouble, so we circle around, and I was afraid to get too close to him because I didn't want to get stuck. I'm out there with guys on bikes, they ain't going to be able to pull me out. So I carried 2 straps, and I got my winch. Now you can't see him, but he's out in front of that tree, that log.
We can reach him probably.
I can barely see him
and the winch and the
picture. So I start to walk across there, and I go, I don't think so. You know, I don't mind helping a guy out, but I ain't going to get out there and get stuck in the mud myself.
Hey, if you want to walk over here, I got a strap and a winch. Maybe we can get you out.
His daughter drove out there and got stuck.
Well, I'm afraid if I drive out there, I might get stuck. I don't know. I can't tell. I know it's... Well, I hate to leave you sitting there.
And,
so we'll see what we can do.
That guy right there, that's Ryan. That's my buddy Mike's son. He was riding with me on this first ride. So I throw him a couple of straps. The guys on the bikes just realized that we weren't following. They circled around and came back. They didn't see him out there. And I'll say it. He was stuck pretty good. That I had to get in. It was dragging my side-by-side a little bit, so I had to get in there, hold the brakes on. And it took a little bit, but we got him pulled up out of there. That guy was beat, boy. Trying to wrestle that thing around the mud.
What do you think? Keep going?
But you'll find that people out here riding, if somebody's having trouble, most people will stop and try to help you. At least I hope so. Now, that guy standing there, that's Derek. I used to work with him too, and he came down with his son, Colton. And this is there he goes, he's driving and got out of there. This Colton's on a little 80 bike, and
yeah, we would've got stuck if you went any farther.
he did have a few problems. This is the first time that he rode on any trails.
Take a
So-
chance getting stuck. Your dad does have his side-by-side.
Right.
So we finally get going again, and it wasn't 5 minutes, and his chain blew off of his bike.
This is known as a washing opportunity.
Exactly. Yeah, we definitely cleaned it all
Well,
off.
apparently it came off. They came down the day before. They're camping out. It came off the day before, so it came off again. His dad comes down here and puts it back on.
Have you had trouble with that coming off?
Yeah, it's the second time. It's tight.
Have you had trouble with that coming off? Have you?
The wheel back.
His dad comes down. I was afraid he was going to just hammer me with stuff, but he didn't.
Easy there, boy.
Oh, man.
If he wouldn't hammer me,
Oh, man.
I don't get even. You know my rule.
Better spray him up.
He'd get 4-wheel spray. He sprayed us down. I don't get even. I get ahead. That's my rule.
Alright, and make sure he wouldn't do it again.
And he goes up here and comes back off, so
Yeah,
we
you
stopped,
can
and I had tools, and we adjusted the chain up for him, and then he didn't have any more troubles with the chain the rest of the day, which was good.
I bet it wasn't too muddy then.
Oh, shoot.
Now, this looks like this is flat.
Yeah.
When it's in the videos, it looks like it's flat when he's going up. He's actually going up a pretty good little hill, and he had a small crash. The glare's bad, but he's right there, and then he falls over. But if you look at the tree, the angle of the tree there on the side, you can see how steep this really is. It is steep, and for somebody that's never rode, this is his first time riding any kind of trails, and then this was a pretty. He's having a hard time. So Ryan, he gets out, gets him started, and you know, he's got the least capable bike of all the bikes out here, so he was doing pretty good. But for his first time, I mean, you got to learn somehow. Ryan got him started up, got him going, and his dad's down here helping him now. And if you watch, he goes up here and crashes again, but it's with the glare, you can't hardly see it. Takes off, kind of blocked, and then right there he goes down again.
Well, he didn't crash.
But he kind of stepped off it, so he didn't really fall. But his bike's down again, so his dad's out there helping him again. So they wave us on by, so we go on up. His dad's down there helping him. So, but it is pretty steep and rocky, and for somebody that's never rode on anything like this before, he's doing all right. He's learning. And then Mike, he's at the top of the hill. This is my buddy Mike. I tell you only have a few really good friends, and he's one of my one of the people I consider a true friend. He'd do anything for you and not ask you for anything in return.
Yeah, you're doing good.
So proud of myself for not crashing.
That was a pretty good hill to climb too.
So he finally gets up and did all right. There he goes. We let him around, and you know. So I'm bringing up the rear side by side,
Unexperienced rider.
and his dad waves him around. So now his dad's following him. He has any more trouble.
Oh no, you missed Jackson.
Jackson did the curse of death, because just before he crashed, he was just talking about how he hadn't fell down all day, and he was doing really good today. I guess he had crashed the day before, but he had laid it over here. Nothing too bad, but boy, the gas sure was pouring out of it there.
Fuel pouring out of it. I mean, it's pouring out of it.
But you never want to say, well, I haven't crashed all day. That's almost a guarantee you're going to crash. But he hasn't. This is a bike that Mike brought for him, right? He hasn't rode much either. Then he was doing good. He was getting up the hills and stuff good. His bike was a lot more capable of what Colton said.
Even without me riding for 15 years.
Yeah, I used to ride bikes, but I haven't for a long time.
This would be the hardest going this slow and all this stuff.
I know.
Because if you get up and get a rhythm and a speed up, the shit is not near as pounding.
No, not at all.
Mike's always trying to get me to get my bike back going. I got an old ATK. Most people don't know what an ATK is, but that's a brand of bikes that they're not made anymore. But it's a 1989, so that tells you how long ago ago it was since I was been riding. But I've been thinking about restoring it. What do you think? If somebody thinks I should restore it or not? I really loved riding dirt bikes, but boy, you get to a certain age, you got all these aches and pains, and you just don't want to get crippled up.
Man, he got it, Dirty D.
Yeah, this was fairly steep going down here. They would kind of hit it back towards where they're camping. Now they all came down and camped out overnight. I just came down for the day. Now this guy up here, this is the guy that we had helped that was stuck, and his daughter's standing there. She's clean as could be. I was giving him some crap about, well, she got stuck. How come she's so clean and you're so dirty?
Is she the one that done it? How come she don't look like you do? She stayed clean.
Isn't that amazing how that works?
You guys okay now, though?
Yeah, I think.
That'll wear your ass out, won't it?
It already did.
There's a little campground down here. It's primitive camping. It's a nice little camping area. So it's down here close to the water. So I knew that they were going to stop and take a break. So I wanted to get the mud off that we just drove through. So me and Ryan went down into the water, kind of rinse it off. Because if you're going to set, let it dry on there. So I asked Ryan, I said, "You don't mind if you get a little wet, do you?" He goes, "Oh no." Well, I think he might have regretted that. Because I really had it poured in.
I'm awake now.
I'm only half wet.
Yeah, I got half my body.
But yeah, that creek
It's deep there.
stream there's pretty nice.
You said you didn't mind getting all that.
You're like, okay.
And we was worried about that.
I know. It was wet around.
This is where they're camping. They had a tent. They also had, Mike had some relation. They had a converted horse trailer into a nice camper, really nice setup. But here's the stream, a little shot from above. In my next video, it'll be when we go out with the side-by-side. Mike's got some friends in relation. They got, one of them's got a Kawasaki Mule and the other one's a Ranger. We go out for a ride after our lunch break, but that whole area there in the middle there, that's all their people that came down with Mike and them where they were camping. I will say this would be a fun place to go on a bike if you like, ride a bike. It is worth coming down. It's 500 acres approximately, and good variety of trails. The owners are great people. Check out my next video. It'll be going on the side-by-sides.